Do you want to start a business, get out of the office, achieve happiness and success while crushing life? This is Boss to Boss, the place to be for that extra motivation to get up and follow your dreams while learning from the ones who have already done it. And now for your host, Miro.
Welcome to Boss to Boss. Today's guests have met, there are two health coaches that have met in nutritional school and are on a mission to reduce stress that so many of us are facing while creating a tight-knit community that can grow together and give back. The Conscious Craft takes you on an adventure in remembering who you are, reminding you that life is supposed to be fun. Alyssa and Hannah, it's a pleasure to have you on today. How are y'all doing today?
Excellent. Thanks for having us.
We're doing great. Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope that got you a little excited and got the blood flowing.
Oh,
and that
sure.
you're ready to be here.
Ready to
go. So you're in California right now, and both of you are part of the Conscious Craft. And for everybody tuning in, if you want to see, put the face to the names. If you're not listening, if you're not watching on YouTube or Facebook, be sure to check out theconsciouscraft.com, as well as on their Instagram page at The Conscious Craft. And you can definitely follow more about them and more, hopefully after the show, not during the show. But without further ado, can y'all kind of go a little bit more into the Conscious Craft? I don't know who likes to go first. Who's more like, there's always an A and a B, right? Someone that kind of talks a little more, and then someone that kind of maybe writes down a little bit more. I don't know, but what is the Conscious Craft for the average listener that doesn't really know?
You want to take it?
Yeah. All right. I'll do A this time. So the Conscious Craft, as you were talking about, we really like to focus on helping women reduce stress. And we do a lot of past trauma work too. So working through some old traumas that may be holding you back, that may be causing some limiting beliefs that are preventing women from reaching their goals. Mm-hmm. So we do work with some men as well, but our main focus is with women. And we are just building this really tight-knit community of women that are supporting each other, that are being there for each other, because, as adults, it's sometimes hard to make friends. And especially, in the business owner game, you can spend a lot of time alone. So we're building this community of women to really support each other and help each other out and be there and be resources for each other.
That's something very important you bring up, especially making it hard to be make new friends, right? How have you gotten, past that? Have you made any new friends? And
oh yeah,
do you have some tips for us?
Yeah, definitely. Well, you're seeing a lot of communities come together, especially offline. I think we're kind of shifting more into this face-to-face way of operating, of meeting new people, because people are really craving human connection, real human connection offline. So we do a lot of in-person events for that reason. We attend a lot of in-person events for that reason as well, for us to connect, but also so people just have allies on their side. And I think it's tough to find that online. You might make some connections here and there, and there's definitely communities that you can connect with online, but especially as an entrepreneur, it's very easy to get lost in the internet space and forget that human connection it's something we need. We're social primates. We thrive off of human connection, and if you're not providing that for yourself, especially as a business owner, you're losing something. You're losing energy somewhere. So it's very important for us to have that community. Mm-hmm.
And how do you develop this community? Like, what are some what has worked for you to get people together, especially in an age where you're right, so many just want to communicate via text or via messages on Facebook, whatever it is, and not really meet up with you, even take a phone call. There's so many people that are just scared to take phone calls, like, at this point.
So
what do you do? Yeah, it's crazy.
It really is.
So one way that we've built this community is the in-person events, and then just doing a lot of outreach on social media, but not in the way where it's, we're trying to get something out of it. It's really building relationships. So building relationships as much as possible in person and online. And then we really pride ourselves in providing as much valuable information as possible for people. And through providing that information, if something clicks with you and you want to talk about it, DM us, hit us up. If there's something that resonated with you, we love hearing people's, journey of healing and overcoming limiting beliefs and reducing stress. We really connect with people in that way. So it's really just about building relationships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so many people are so stressed right now in the society that we're living in that the second that you have that connection between someone like, oh, you're stressed, I'm stressed too. It's like the misery loves company. So we're essentially taking that concept of misery loves company and making it not so miserable. Like, hey, we can have fun reducing stress. We can be stressed, but we can have fun moving through it and moving past it. So we like to keep our delivery light, fun, playful, relatable, and also just let people know that we're going through shit too. Just because we teach this and we have a toolbox filled with tools to help reduce stress and move through some of these past traumas, we deal with it too, because we're all just human beings. And so connecting on that human level and recognizing like we're all in this together, we got this.
You mentioned toolbox. How many tools do you have in that toolbox? Especially with dealing with stress. Do you mind throwing a few good ones out there for us? Especially because this day and age, we're constantly just running around everything right here now. The expectations are unreal, especially if you still are back at your job and you're working and you're at a cubicle and you're there. Like, how am I going to get to this list of to-do items? And then become a business owner and it's like, that list was nothing.
Right.
What can you share with us? Some good tips.
Yeah. Okay. So one of our first and major go-tos, an immediate instant stress reliever is to breathe. And so it's something that we do unconsciously all the time. We're all breathing now. I hope if you're listening to this, you're breathing. But we often forget to take these really deep diaphragmatic breaths. So you take a deep belly breath where your belly extends out when you breathe in, and then you hold it and let it out really slowly. You're actually putting yourself into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our chill state, versus being in the sympathetic nervous system, which is our stress state. So that's one really quick, easy tip. If you're about to go into a meeting or have a conversation and you're feeling really stressed about something, just hold your belly and do a couple of really deep belly breaths, and instantly the stress will start relieving in your body automatically. Meditation is another amazing tool, also an instant stress reliever too. And for those of you who don't meditate or don't like to meditate or don't know if you can meditate,
or we don't have time, right? Because we have less time than everybody else.
Exactly. It actually gives you more time back into your day because you're able to handle and react to things a lot easier and a lot better. So you're not spending as much time, overreacting or blowing up over something that then is taking time out of your day, when you can just take a deep breath and handle it because you've meditated and you feel a lot calmer.
No, I totally agree. It's such a good way to look at it. It's crazy, right? What you put in and then you actually get more out.
Exactly. And meditation's a tough one, especially for entrepreneurs, because again, the whole I don't have enough time excuse really, but it's because you don't know what the payoff will be, and it's not a tangible result. So it's tough for people to really buy into meditation. But we promise you, if you just start with a minute a day, and a lot of these things, it could be one deep breath, 1 minute of meditation, a walk around the block, listening to your favorite song or something that, some kind of song that makes you feel good. The easiest way, and we work with clients often who are on the go, business owners, the easiest way to kind of grasp around this whole stress reduction process is if you can just layer these little things into your day throughout the day, where it's not, you know, a 1 hour self-care routine in the morning. If you can't do that, that's fine. Let's figure out how can we spread that hour out throughout your day so that you're constantly bringing your nervous system back to homeostasis, because that's really what we're trying to do. Is when you're stressed, you're in fight or flight. So you're producing stress hormones. You're inflammatory. That is going to cause you to react to certain situations in a less than pleasurable way for both parties. And it causes, you know, down the road, this is why we see so many people getting sick, resulting in chronic disease. A lot of it is stress related. So the more that you can bring your nervous system back to homeostasis on a regular basis, the healthier you're going to be and the happier you're going to be. So it's just about layering in all these little techniques, drinking some water, taking a deep breath. You know, both of us set an alarm on our phones that literally says breathe and drink water, because you have to remind yourself.
Yeah.
You get into the motions of, I got to do this, but I have to do this. I don't have time to drink water. I don't have time to breathe. So you really have to, you're literally training yourself like an athlete.
So what would you do then? Like, so for me, for example, I woke up today and I had all these things on my to-do list that I had to knock out. And I got a couple, I got a call with, something happened with one of our trucks. It was a crazy insurance, claim thing. And then I got a big sales call, and that took up 3 hours of my time that it was supposed to get all these things done. And I totally forgot to breathe. That's why, I don't know if you noticed, I was over here taking a couple of deep breaths as you mentioned it. I was like, yes. Well, what could I have done, I guess, today? Because I'm sure others are in the same stage as me, you know, especially trying to run a business.
Well, I think like Hannah was saying, it's really about layering in those micro habits. So you woke up, you had an issue with the truck. How much time did you have in the morning before you found out about that issue?
I probably lounged around for 15, 20 minutes before I got up. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you could have, for example, you could have taken 3 of those 15 minutes and even just put on a quick meditation. You can put it on your phone, on one of the apps, and just for 3 minutes, just be completely with yourself, completely silent. And when you go inward like that, as Hannah was saying, it brings you back to that homeostasis. It brings you back to that parasympathetic nervous system. So always, even if you don't want to meditate, if you don't want to call it meditation, just taking a moment with yourself with nothing else except for maybe some music or something that's going to calm you. And then the breathing part too, it's really remembering to breathe, remembering to take those breaths. And drinking water. I mean, it sounds so simple, but
it does, really, right?
Water, if you are dehydrated, okay, actually think about what is that Chinese? Sorry, the torture, water torture.
Water torture.
I can't think of it.
Waterboarding.
Waterboarding. Okay, so there's all these different forms of torture, right? When the FBI captures a prisoner or something like that. And what they do is they deprive them of sleep, they starve them of food, and they starve them of water. And then all of a sudden, people start going insane. And if you think about it, for a lot of us, and especially business owners that have really busy schedules, you're maybe not getting enough sleep. You're maybe not eating all the meals that you should be eating, and you're probably not drinking as much water as you should. And so as you slowly start to take away those elements, you can think of yourself as almost being a prisoner to your own life, because of course you're going to feel more stressed. Of course you're going to feel more anxious. Of course you're going to feel more tense because you're being deprived of your basic survival needs, essentially.
Wow. That is such a good way of looking at it. I never even thought of that. So we're putting ourselves through torture, essentially.
Yeah,
essentially a very mild form, but a form nonetheless.
Right. I mean, yeah, if you think about it, it's like being in that room, but you're doing it to yourself while still operating, I guess. Right. That's crazy.
Definitely, just to piggyback on that.
Yeah.
Human basic needs. Number one, are you getting your human basic needs in? And then also in your situation, you know, especially again for entrepreneurs, you have this long to-do list. There's always going to be things that pop up. They're going to throw you off. So just learn to expect these things that are going to come at your way. Nothing's going to be perfect. And perspective is huge. And if you can train yourself to really focus on the things that you can control, you know, you're not going to be able to control everything that comes at you. So a lot of this is learning to balance your nervous system and balance your mind enough so that you don't react in a way that you would not want to react, that would throw your whole day off when something does come unexpectedly. So having perspective and focusing on things that you can control can keep you in that balanced state as well.
Okay, no, that's amazing stuff. I know the listeners will definitely love that. We appreciate it. So before you kind of got into the conscious craft, both of you, where was the journey at? Like, there had to be some moments when you worked the regular job or just kind of worked for the man, and then you both kind of came together and found this amazing idea. Can you quickly kind of go into that process?
Sure. So for me, I was working in the wedding industry. I was a wedding planner for about 13 years, working in the movie industry as a project manager, and it was just so much.
Is it wedding planning like the coolest gig? Like, I always hear like it's like the hardest to get into, isn't it? No?
I mean, I have to say it was a very cool gig. I definitely enjoyed it, but it also brought up like a lot of unnecessary stress too for a lot of people, and that for me was like a very big, like, as I was growing into it more and more, I was working all these crazy hours, and I was just realizing how stressed I was getting, even though as a wedding planner, I was able to like keep my cool and manage everybody else's stress. But I just realized like I need to be doing something more. For me, you know, I felt like I needed to fulfill this desire of helping people in a bigger way than picking out like what color peonies they wanted for their bouquet, you know? Not to say that that's not important, but for me, I just wanted something a little bit more. So actually, while I was working my 9 to 5, I went back to school for nutrition, and that's where Hannah and I met in school. So went back to school, was doing school while still working 9 to 5, and then I slowly just started to weed out of my job. So I didn't take like a big, massive jump. I went to part-time, and I was working part-time on the business, part-time at my 9 to 5. And then I just got to the point where it was too much to juggle, and I knew where my heart was. I knew where I wanted to be. I knew what I wanted to do. And so it finally got to the point where we had built the business to a point where I felt like it was okay to take that leap. And I left. And we decided to like go all in and do this. And that was really just a huge shift because it was scary as fuck. And I just didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. But I was able to just push through all that fear. And like the fear still comes up. It still happens for sure. Yeah. But you learn and you grow from it.
Yeah, you get that one unexpected bill or something goes wrong, and it's like, what did I get myself into? Right?
It strengthens your muscles of like your like trust muscles. You're like, okay.
But it seems like you had this, you knew deep down inside there was something more, right? You had that calling. You always had that whispering, I guess. Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. I always had a desire to help people. I just didn't know in what way I wanted to help people. And then I was just, spent a lot of time listening to my intuition, and one thing just fell into the other. And I just kept getting like these gut feelings of like, I have to go to nutrition school. I have to start this business. I have to leave this job. Just kept listening to my gut. And it was just telling me like, just jump, just jump. And if you fall, then that's okay, because you can get right back up because you have 2 legs and you know how to use them.
Exactly. And you had other things to fall back on, like worst case scenario. There's always something else.
Exactly.
Awesome. And Hannah, how was yours? Like, how did you kind of can't come into the picture as well?
Yeah, my transition was a little unique as well in that I grew up as an athlete. I played Division I tennis, and I taught tennis. That has been my career, my profession. So I was fortunate enough to kind of wean out of that profession as well. There was
were you fortunate enough to not be in the wedding business, or were you unfortunate?
Say so.
Hannah saw me as a wedding planner at one wedding and was like, what?
No. I don't do that anymore. I don't know what you're...
But I was lucky enough that I could, build my schedule around this, and I didn't have the standard 9 to 5. So I definitely did have to take kind of a leap of faith and leave a job where I was working for an academy. And that was a little bit scary, and definitely I needed to harness some courage and bravery in doing that. But like Alyssa was saying, we've really operated this entire business based off of what feels right for us. We really trust our intuition. We're really tapped into listening to, our emotional state, engaging what feels best. So that includes, creatively, what do we want to create? How is what we are creating, how is that going to serve? We know that we want to be helping people. So we just try to really tap into our passions as much as possible and work from that angle. Because if you work the other way around and you're just focused on results and the money that you're going to bring in, it's a losing game. You're going to burn out at some point, and it doesn't feel good. You end up just feeling more stress about it because you're putting this unnecessary just burden on yourself. And I think if you're going to jump into the entrepreneurial space, it has to come from a place of passion and purpose. And honestly, most people, whether you consciously know it or not, want to help other people. Mm-hmm. So if you can just find the medium between what's your passion and how can it help people, you're going to find something that's going to help you take that leap of faith with a little bit more trust and courage.
Yeah, no, it's kind of interesting how both you had different, slightly different ways of looking at it, but then you kind of found each other. And I take it before both of you like fully left, though, you got things kind of going already, right, on the side, and saw that this was possible, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
That played a big part of it. And then now that things are going and things are well, I know you have a new program that you're launching that you've been talking about. So can we kind of get the inside scoop on that, and how would someone go about finding out more info and joining it?
Absolutely. So you can head over to our website, click on the coaching tab. Our website is theconsciouscraft.com. And if you click on the coaching tab in the Flow Coaching, that's our new group coaching that we are launching June 6th, which we're super pumped about. And this group coaching is going to be for women. And what we're doing is taking you on this journey where you're really discovering yourself even more than you thought you knew yourself, really diving in deep to do that inner work so that you can move past limiting beliefs that have prevented you from reaching your goals. So we really help to develop and set up a blueprint of how to move forward so that if you are in a position where you do want to leave your job, or if you've been searching for the relationship that you just haven't been able to find, or you want to lose the weight, the program is about helping you get your mind to the point where you know that you can accomplish these things while setting up actionable steps to get you there.
And this will be more like over the online, like coaching, like the video, or in person?
Yeah, it'll all be video, all over Zoom, so that we can all see each other. And we already have such awesome women that have signed up so far already. So we know it's going to be such a powerful group. We're really pumped.
And we really created this group coaching program because we needed it. And, our clients needed it. The most common thing that our clients in particular, seem to struggle with is feeling stuck, having self-doubt, and a lot of this comes from limiting beliefs. So we help clients reprogram these limiting beliefs through techniques like neuro-linguistic reprogramming, as well as journaling and meditations and different techniques to help people get past their mind, because a lot of times we have these self-sabotaging patterns just because we've got these looping, limiting beliefs that are going on in our subconscious mind. So we help clients break patterns, and that's what this program is really about. And you can do it with a community of people, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So you not just get to have a breakthrough, you get to meet other amazing individuals out there that are doing the same thing and having breakthroughs at the same time.
Yeah, and it's so awesome just to support each other in that way too. In group coaching that we've done in the past, these women have just became then such good friends afterwards, because you spend 3 months with these women once a week for 3 months, and you get to know each other really well, and you're working through like some of your deepest stuff that maybe you haven't even talked to your best friend about, but because we all start off as strangers, it's a lot easier to open up to strangers about the things that are going on in your life. So strangers instantly then become close friends, which is really cool.
It's crazy how that works. I'm in a mastermind group myself, and I guess I'm not saying it's a mastermind, but it's kind of similar to some, it's like it's a whole nother level than just connecting with your friends, because with your friends, it's a whole. Usually, you do different things and talk about different things.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that works, and I know it works, and it's definitely something I can vouch for, because I've been a part of similar things myself. So everybody that's theconsciouscraft.com, and make sure to go to the coaching tab, right?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. And now on to our listeners' favorite segment of the show.
Welcome to the round with no name, because they're all taken.
All right. So you get exactly 5 seconds each to just initiate an answer. Don't think too much about it. Otherwise, my producer, Steve, aka the leg breaker, he roams around in the back of my studio somewhere here, and hopefully I don't have to deal with him. Only I deal with him. Don't worry, you're safe.
Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't come out and attack me or anything. But without further ado, so you got to figure out who's going first. One of you has to go first every time, or just spit it out, or just
go first.
Okay. Hannah will be the brave one. Let's go. What is your favorite book?
Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza.
That is a boss to boss first, actually. Alyssa?
Claim Your Power by Mastin Kipp.
Favorite movie? Hannah.
Oh, What Dreams May Come.
Oh my God, I was literally just going to say that.
Wow. So both of you, same movie? What dreams, what?
What Dreams May Come. That's so weird.
What Dreams May Come. I gotta check that one out.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, also Memento.
Oh yes, that is good. It's surprised now it's like a classic almost, right? It used to be like a new movie, and it's like, whoa, what happened? If you're stranded on an island, what is the one item you want with you? It can't be a person. Oh yeah, making you think. Alyssa, you can go if you're ready.
Water bottle.
One water bottle?
I have a water bottle, so I always have water on me. So I don't get dehydrated on an island.
Well, I'm sticking to that. I'm sorry, water bottle.
Hopefully it's like an unlimited water bottle, because chances are there's probably salt in the water around you.
What about a compass?
It's like a filter. It's one of those filtered water.
Oh, there you go.
Water bottle. Yeah, it's a Brita.
It's a Brita.
Good. How do you drink your coffee?
Ooh, we've got about 20 different adaptogens, 2 different kinds of milk, a little bit of honey, a little bit of stevia.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I was like, oh, damn.
Come on, can I get me one of those? I mean,
Just kidding.
what is going
Right
on?
now, I'm just going almond milk. I've done that whole tonic road before, though.
Just almond milk.
Just almond milk?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't drink coffee. I don't drink coffee, so I drink
What did
matcha.
you do? Okay.
Matcha.
I've been trying matcha, but I don't know. I just can't get everything to like mix up, and I end up drinking a bunch of like powdery stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
You have that experience?
I blend it. I put it right in the blender.
Oh, okay. So you already pre-blend it.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do that.
Yeah, it works really nice when you blend it. And then I'll add some like coconut oil and cinnamon and maca and all that good stuff.
Oh man, wow. What do I get after this? Do I get the crazy coffee that Hannah just talked about? What adaptogens? I mean, well, how do you make this thing?
Those can be like, you've probably heard of like mushroom tonics, or
Yes.
they're herbs. They're getting really popular, like in the health and wellness.
Like the shroom coffee or whatever I heard of.
Like the shroom
that
coffee.
one.
That's why I poke fun at it, because it's like people making these tonics with 20 different supplements, butter, olive oil. You know, it's like, what else can you put in your coffee?
Oh, yeah.
But it is,
Awesome.
I mean, it is good. It's all good stuff.
I do want to try it. I do. Is there a good place I could go to and just get it? Probably not by me though. I'm in Chicago. We're pretty lame when it comes to things.
There's gotta be some places. There's some hip and trendy, maybe even Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. All right. I'll let you know how that goes for me.
Yeah.
And how would you take me seriously if I walked into a meeting with you right now and I had socks and sandals? How would you react?
We're pretty free spirited.
No judgment.
I mean, you can wear whatever
You do
the hell
you.
you want.
Yeah. You can make them polka dot socks too if you want. We don't care.
You totally cool with that?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah.
We have no rules.
No rules.
All right. So I've gotten some people don't want to like say they wouldn't even meet with me or take me seriously. So I don't know how I feel about that.
That's limiting beliefs right there.
Yeah, right?
That is societal programming.
Yeah. You tell them. I'll get you a list of everybody that has said that to me, and we'll go from there.
Get us a list, and we'll have individual conversations with them.
I will. If you had an unlimited amount of money right now and you could start up any business, but it can't be your own, what would it be?
I would definitely want to start up a charity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any like particular cause?
Personally, I would want to start up a charity for women, like helping women that have been domestically or sexually abused.
There's one like that out here in Chicago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely a big thing and a big issue. That's for sure.
Yeah, creating a safe space for people.
Definitely a good way. And last but not least, if there was one item that you consume every day, not the weird coffee or the matcha blend, it could be any drink, food item, something you wear. What is it? What is the one thing that makes you different? You just need it every day.
This necklace for me. I wear this every day.
It is an interesting necklace. It caught my eye.
Yeah, it has labradorite in it, which is a protective stone. And
labradorite. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and I like pick up on people's energies a lot, so it helps to protect my own energy.
You know what? My sister, I think, tried like giving it to me, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be walking around with this stone in my pocket all day. And
yeah, it's funny. It's one of those things. If you feel it and you believe it, then it'll help. If you don't, then it might not. And
I mean, you never know if you don't try it. And like, I don't know if you mentioned this here or if you mentioned it in one of your videos, but something that like, if you believe it, right, it'll happen, right? It's all about mindfulness, right?
Yeah, it's so much of it is belief.
Yeah. What about you?
Is it anything I can wear?
Or drink or eat, like the one thing you just can't go a day without?
I mean, I have to be perfectly honest, and this doesn't make me a good person, but I cannot stop eating peanut butter on a daily basis.
Wait, what's wrong with? Nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. I thought you were gonna say something worse when you started. I'm for sure I thought you were gonna say like, I down at least a bottle of wine before I talk to anybody.
I take a bottle of Xanax and a bottle of wine. No, it's just peanut butter.
What kind? Smooth, crunchy.
I gotta say I go back and forth, but I will say there's a special peanut butter. Actually, this isn't peanut butter. I've been going back and forth. There's a nut butter from Trader Joe's that has like 5 or 6 different nuts. Hazelnuts, almond.
Yes, it's called mixed butter. It's called mixed butter.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's only $5.99. It literally tastes like dessert. I cannot stop eating it. Don't judge me.
It's delicious.
It is one of my favorite butters ever.
Delicious.
I don't know what they do to it, but it's amazing.
I think it's the hazelnuts and I don't know. So nut
That's a
butter.
winner.
Yes. Right.
Boom. Love it. Love it. Awesome. Well, my producer didn't come out, so I'm in the clear. You're in the clear then. We're good. We could move on with our days. So Conscious Craft, Alyssa and Hannah, it's been a pleasure having you on. Everybody, that's theconsciouscraft.com, at theconsciouscraft on Instagram. You can check out all their amazing videos to get motivated, to get through your day, and have some fun while doing it. The mic is all yours. If you have any closing thoughts, it's all yours. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it. And, if you are someone that's starting this journey, this entrepreneurial journey, you've got this.
Mm-hmm.
You've got this. Take it one day at a time. Trust yourself. Trust your gut. Know that you're going to make it work.
Exactly. And don't beat yourself up when things go wrong or if you feel like you fail, because failure just means that you're growing and you have more opportunity to get up even higher. So enjoy the times that you fall, because you know that coming back up is going to be right around the corner.
Awesome. I love that. It's such a opposite way of looking at it, but it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I have a great day, and we'll be talking again soon.
You too.
Awesome.
That is all for this episode of Boss to Boss. Your next step is to visit bosstoboss.com, where you will find proven techniques followed by professionals to help you make that next step. Again, that is boss2boss.com. And remember, the time is now.